Chris, the province of Alberta is lining up to give $128 million to the Edmonton Oilers. But it doesn't end there, because the city of Edmonton is also kicking in $102 million. Can you walk me through exactly what's going on with the Edmonton Oilers?
Yeah, for sure. So I gotta say, in the Olympics of waste, Alberta is doing pretty well. We don't own the podium. I gotta say, it's usually, unfortunately, where you're sitting there in British Columbia that wastes a lot of money. And then, of course, the province of Quebec is in a league all of its own. But I digress. We still do waste money on dumb things here in Alberta. And unfortunately, hockey is no exception. So the province of Alberta is handing $128 million and the city of Edmonton is handing $102 million of taxpayers' money to the Edmonton Oilers NHL Hockey Club. I know, it is the weirdest thing. Now, I gotta say, this isn't about being an Oilers fan or a Flames fan, okay? I don't care if you're the biggest Oilers fan since Wayne Gretzky shook Connor McDavid's hand, okay? This is not about hockey. It's about the fact that taxpayers' money shouldn't be going to a super rich NHL club that's on the Forbes list that is owned by a billionaire. So, unfortunately, yep, Edmonton City Hall just signed off on this. It was something that the taxpayers jumped in and we gave submissions for it. We said this is a huge waste of money, you shouldn't do it. But they're plowing ahead with it anyway. So, it's this whole part of this downtown revitalization scheme. This is how governments hook you in and make you waste money on stupid things like the NHL Edmonton Oilers hockey team. So it's all part of this revitalization plan where they're going to build some event plaza, which is right next door to the Rogers Center, the arena that the Oilers already play in, that taxpayers paid to build already. So it's doubly frustrating here, unfortunately.
So, sorry, Chris, where's this money going? They're spending 230 million-ish taxpayer dollars
Yeah.
that's going to build a plaza? Did I hear you right?
Yes. So
What?
there's a big, so okay, I know. So if you walk in downtown Edmonton, by the way,
Mhm.
which makes me feel really unsafe, and I don't like doing so.
Well,
But if you walk in,
I was there last weekend near the Rogers Arena, Rogers Center. It is unsafe down there. Like it feels a little bit scary. I know they've got a big shelter just down the road from the stadium, and it's like a little East Hastings. I mean,
yeah,
it really reminded me of the type of just human suffering that we see here in Vancouver, which I don't remember seeing in Edmonton when I was a little guy going up there to visit my grandma.
no, it wasn't like that. But it is now. And this actually gets down to the very serious issue of, yeah, we expect City Hall to do three things. Most taxpayers expect them to do three things: keep the city streets safe,
Yeah,
clean, and in good repair.
right.
Right now, they're failing on all three of those things. I'll put it this way, Carson, this is crazy. Even when I was going into Edmonton City Hall, broad daylight, it was like 9 in the morning. I was there with my teenage daughter, who you know. So we're going in there to do our thing and speak for taxpayers. We were accosted by somebody completely out of their mind. There was urine all over the sidewalk and garbage, like literally at City Hall. So they've got a serious problem here. What's really frustrating is they will see that there's this problem literally outside their doors. They have to have a security guard standing there at the glass doors all the time. They'll see it and they're like, you know what we should do? We should hand $102 million over to some big fancy project that a billionaire owns for an NHL team. It is so infuriating. And it isn't just us who were noticing this. There were people who live there, Edmontonians, okay? There were small business owners who were downtown who now have to have a buzzer system to let people into their business. This lady was selling makeup and hair products. She wasn't an ammo dealer. But no, we had these people saying, you know what? If you guys want to revitalize the downtown, how about you make sure that it's safe down here? But unfortunately, they're just kind of, it's often referred to as throwing money at it. So they're just throwing money at it. And to your question specifically, Carson, sorry, I got derailed because it is a serious critical issue there in Edmonton. They're spending $102 million in a downtown portion. So they're building this kind of open air event plaza that has like a fence around it, and there's going to be lighting and stuff and probably some sponsorship billboards, and there's going to be a big stage. Okay, I've looked at the schematics, the drawings. And then in behind it, They're promising to build housing of some sort. This is the catch. I know, I saw your face. And we're used to this now. This is always the catch. It's like, oh well, here's the cheese in the mousetrap. You like giving people housing, right? You like revitalizing downtown, right? Well, just hand us taxpayers' money. This is where it gets frustrating. If Edmonton City Hall wanted to have an adult conversation with taxpayers and with the province, hey, we need to spend some money downtown because we need to make it safer. That's a very legit conversation for them to have. Just cut the NHL out of it. This is the annoying, wasteful part.
And I think that's you hit something really important there, Chris, because every dollar that they give to this billionaire-owned hockey team is money that's not going towards solving those problems. It's money that's not going towards helping people get back up on their feet, get off the streets.
Yep.
It's money that's not going towards cutting taxes for small businesses. And we know that taxes are one of the things that's closing small businesses. It's money that's not staying in your pocket to help your family invest in whatever you want. So this has real consequences. Every
Yeah,
dollar that goes to the Oilers is a dollar that's not going towards supporting Albertan businesses and families. And that's an issue. That's a real issue.
big time.
Um,
I actually, just real quick, I actually broke down the numbers because I figured you'd ask this, and I think it's important to really do it. So I'm only talking about the portion that the city is spending on the downtown revitalization scheme,
yes.
using that word nicely. I'm not talking about demolishing the old Coliseum or the provincial element. This is just Edmonton City Hall taxpayers' money on the downtown scheme. For that $102 million, Carson, they could instead hire 100 new cops for downtown, plus 145 new sanitation workers for downtown, and pay them for 5 years. But
So
instead,
that-
I
yeah.
know, I know, super
But
frustrating.
yeah, and can we also talk about the Alberta government's portion of the pie here? Because $128 million, that's a lot of money. And if I'm
Yep.
remembering right, Alberta's public finances, they're doing better than BC's. I'll give you guys that. But it's still not all roses and unicorns over in Alberta, is it? You guys have a debt
Yep.
that's costing taxpayers big time. And now you're spending $128 million subsidizing the Oilers? Can you
Yep.
walk me through the province's portion?
I don't want to, but I will. So this is one of those things, to your point, Carson. We're generally doing well compared to other provinces, but we're still not doing well as a common sense person would expect. Meaning,
Right.
yeah, we're okay. We're running a deficit. We do not have a balanced budget. The very idea that any government wearing any color of jersey would decide, you know, it's a really great idea. Let's hand taxpayers' money to a rich NHL team while you're deep in the red is crazy. So yeah, we are running a deficit. We are more than $80 billion in debt. Okay? If you take a look at the Alberta debt clock, it's going up. It's not going down. Okay? Every single year, the interest on the provincial debt, not talking about big bad boogeyman Ottawa here, the provincial debt costing us close to $3 billion a year. For folks who
That
don't
is big
understand what a
money.
billion is, picture burning down 3 hospitals. Okay? That's how much we're wasting on interest. So that is why, number one, you should never spend taxpayers' money on the NHL. Number two, right now, the Alberta government has no business handing one nickel of taxpayers' money over to the NHL. And they're spending, like you said, close to $130 million on this. And again, they're going to say, oh, it's all about infrastructure, it's all about revitalization. No, no, no. Knock that off, okay? This cut out the NHL then. If you want to have a big conversation about actually providing services, okay, let's have that conversation. Why are you handing money to the Oilers? And the excuse they're giving, Carson, is, well, we did the same thing for the Flames.
Oh, well, if the Flames got it, it must be a good idea. Like,
If your friend jumps off a bridge, like
yeah,
what?
sign me up. No, but Chris, and this is frustrating because Alberta isn't giving money it has
No.
to the Oilers. It is borrowing money to give to the Oilers. And folks, that has consequences. Every dollar of debt that a province like Alberta racks up today, is $1 plus interest that taxpayers like us are on the hook for in the future.
Yep.
$3 billion, Chris said, on the interest on Alberta's debt this year alone. That's money that's not staying in Alberta. It's money that's not cutting taxes, going towards the Heritage Fund, investing in priorities. It's money that's gone. Gonzo.
Yep.
Right out the door, not coming back. So it's a bad idea to give a rich NHL team $128 million, even if public finances are great, but they're not great. Alberta is borrowing this money to give to the rich hockey team. That should not be happening.
Nope. Nope. Just a bit of inside baseball for our viewers who like watching us talk about numbers. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to this video and share it with your friends. We're all working on what we call our pre-budget submissions. That's where we get out our calculators and we try to be the bestest help we possibly can to the finance department and show them where they can save money. So yeah, this is it might have an NHL theme, I think, to my pre-budget report of like, here's where you can save money, knock all of this off, and make sure that you're not going deeper into debt.
Absolutely. Chris, do you have any last thoughts to close us off?
I just want to encourage people that the Alberta government, okay, the Alberta government in particular, okay, like Edmonton City Council, two things. We have municipal elections coming up this fall. If you care about things like this, make sure you are asking your local candidates, how did you vote on giving money to the NHL? How did you vote on my recent more than 5% property tax increase that you slapped us with? Did you take a pay increase like a lot of Edmonton city councilors did? Do you think
Mhm.
it's great that the mayor of Edmonton is paid more than the premier of Alberta? These are some hard questions to be asking. So one, there's a fall election coming up. Two, provincially, this government is actually very responsive. And they're doing a big rolling Alberta Next panel. And that is where, credit to her, the premier is sitting there for hours listening to people who are asking questions who are frankly pretty hostile and rude. Like, I wouldn't speak to Rachel Notley the way that people are speaking to Daniel Smith. That point is that they are being responsive. And they do
Mhm.
have experts there on the panel that are listening to people. So look it up on the Alberta government website. Sign up to go to the next Alberta Next panel. You will get your voice heard, and it's super important. And I think it's kind of a singularity in all of Canada.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I certainly haven't heard of a politician doing these kinds of town halls at the scale Danielle is. It's great to
Yep.
see politicians in the communities actually listening to taxpayers. Folks, what do you think? $102 million from the city of Edmonton, $128 million from the province of Alberta, going straight out the door to the Edmonton Oilers. Let us know in the comment section down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.